talk to him.
It's Matt Chat time. We're talking about 2K24 and answering your questions. Spider-Man Unofficial says, do you think promos will return in 2K24 Universe mode? No! Sorry. No, I don't think they do. We haven't heard them from the press releases. It wasn't meant. They mentioned double title matches in Universe, like that being one of the big things, in the rival reactions being updated and added on. They didn't mention promos. What I think is going to happen is, if we're going to see promos at all in the game, it's going to be within the rival reaction list that they release, because they're doubling down on that. So I don't think we're going to see like the old games where you would actually have 3 matches and then put a promo in, another match, promo, and be able to do that. I think they'll do something with rival reactions if we see it at all. And I know it's a big ask from fans and everybody else online. If they add it back in and they incorporate it, I think it's somehow done as cutscenes within rival reactions. Like, put Cody Roman rivalry, and then rival reaction, cut promo on your opponent, and then maybe select like 2 or 3 different cutscene options, like ambush or confront, yada yada, but nothing too in-depth. That's my guess. Jeremiah says, congrats on 100K. Thank you, everybody. I've been here since 6,000. Wow. That's a long time. Thank you, buddy. Will you be doing a weekly Universe playthrough with your own storylines? I might do so. It depends how Universe mode plays out this year. I might do something on the channel with the Universe mode series. I haven't decided yet. I gotta see how everything times out and if people actually want that. So comment below. Do you want a Universe mode series? I debate it. It's a lot of work. But if we could do something, it might be worth it if it's gonna be fun. Dean James says, do you think they will update weapon detection / expand on fixing clipping, especially with tables and ladders in 24? I feel like 23 was better in that category than previous titles, but those tables and ladders, oh man, the clipping with them was rather rough at times. I don't know if they're gonna fix it or not. I think that if they're gonna be introducing this whole weapons throwing system, that the weapon detection has gotta improve here. So I hope it is. Tables, I hope we get like double stack tables, but I don't know. They're changing up the weapon wheel, so that's exciting. But I don't know if we're gonna see them really fix the clipping. Stolinator26 says, hey man, I love your content. What Bray Wyatt elements will we get in the game? Do you think we will get all versions of him? I think we get what we got in 23, the updated version of Bray Wyatt. There's a possibility, because they teased the Firefly Funhouse match of Cena versus Bray, there is a possibility that we're gonna get different faces of Wyatt in the game. Like, I don't think that we're gonna be able to play that match because it's just the cinematic thing, but if they add it in, maybe it's like a final unlockable that you get in showcase mode for 40 years of WrestleMania. Maybe they do it that way, where it's like, here's a cinematic match, then maybe they're gonna have you unlock like original Bray, Fiend, Firefly Funhouse Bray. Maybe they do it that way. I think that they need to include one match. You do have the Undertaker Bray at Mania, so maybe they're gonna do it that. Ishay7 Gaming and Comics says, what other 80s legends do you think we'll get in the game? He's only seen Hogan, Andre, and Savage, Brett, more 90s, Dusty, superstars. If it's 80s, I hope we get Mr. Perfect. I hope we're gonna get $1 Million Man. I hope that we are going to see, even throw in like a Tatanka. I think you'll see like Piper come back in. You'll see Ultimate Warrior. Flair, I don't think is going to be in there, unfortunately. Sheik, I feel like is going to be DLC. Rick Rude, I want to see return as well. Harley Race was in last year's DLC, so I think he will be in the base game too. Joey Hoyle 91 says, how do you think customization will be when it comes to creating an entrance video? I like to see us having something that can fit our cause rather than use other wrestlers' wall, ramp, banner, ring LED, and graphics. I don't think the customization for creating an entrance video is going to be much more. I think they're going to give us probably more, like maybe a few more elements when we create a video for like the Titantron stuff and those elements. I don't think they're going to give us much more to work with. And the entrance creator was only last year, so I think they're going to keep that one pretty much the same. Maybe they're going to polish it up a little bit, add in additional camera angles, since now we're going to be able to get revamped cameras for like in-game. But I don't see much more than that. Savarin says, will there be tired finishers along with the pinfalls? This could fall under quality of life improvements that they give us, because they haven't mentioned it yet. They gave us so much more of the tired finisher animations, like constantly updated last year, but we didn't get the crawl pin animation in there, and they didn't do it for all wrestlers or all moves. I think that is something that they're gonna, my guess is that they're gonna add that in, like keep bringing it back. and keep updating it as we go. I hope that we're going to see that crawl pin animation in there too. It's sorely needed. It adds more drama. The Zanster says, do you think that custom arenas are going to be in my GM? And if not, do you think there will be more arenas and GMs in my GM? I don't know if they're going to give us custom GM. Like, I think they'll let us upload a render for our custom GM like last year. I think they're going to add ECW as an arena and the ECW belts, just like we got WCW. My guess for my GM is Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WCW, and ECW. Maybe they're going to allow you to put in a custom My GM arena, but I feel with the tight time frame they have for development, they may not do that this year. We're not getting online My GM, so I feel like it's still going to be tight. They're going to just add more belts and up the match types that we get in there. I don't think there's going to be a lot of customization for that, because also, like, you start getting into the gray area of like, well, then it becomes universe mode basically with customization. So maybe they don't do that, and they're just like, well, if you want more full sandbox, then go over to universe mode. I don't think they're going to let us customize. I could be wrong. And Joey Arts continues on with My GM by saying, do you think My GM mode will finally have Royal Rumble matches, Money in the Bank matches? They should by now. We got up to what, Fatal 4-Ways last time? This time they've got to try and mimic it. I think Lionel Jix did a recent interview where he commented on how they want My GM, My Faction, Universe mode to all be kind of like seamless and like update together like with the regular play, so that what you experience in My GM and regular exhibition, like they should kind of go mirror each other in terms of what you can do. So I think the new match types are available in universe mode. I think that they're also going to be in My GM. We have to wait for full confirmation, but I know they said universe mode, the new match types are in there. Rumble and Money in the Bank should be at this point, like getting up to 6 players, it should all work. And I need an updated calendar too for My GM, so hopefully it's there. Darren Outerbridge says, with 2K seemingly being more on top of their game with the inclusion of WrestleMania 40 Arena with the 40 years of WrestleMania, do you think we'll see more than just behind a paywall, similar to last Bad Bunny DLC? I think that we do see some more of that Bad Bunny style DLC later in the year. We know that we're going to get 5 DLC packs as standard. I think that the 40-year WrestleMania, the WrestleMania 40 Arena, is going to be part of that pack. So if you get the 40-year WrestleMania edition, you get that extra DLC that goes in there, kind of like the Ruthless Aggression pack, but they're giving you the Mania 40 Arena when it comes out. So I think that's a good touch, because it's different than just getting more wrestlers. And I didn't really care for the Ruthless Aggression pack. Like, I didn't really play them very much. I like this, where it's like, here's a couple extra things plus an arena. That's really cool. Sucks it's behind a paywall. We want things included for free. We already bought the game, but I'm buying that Ultimate Edition. I feel like I should then, for my money, I should get that WrestleMania 40 Arena because I paid for it. And in that case, okay, it's not available to everybody who buys it, so get the WrestleMania 40 edition, you know what I mean? Like, it's all overpriced, but I like doing that. I'd rather them do that model of additional optional DLC to buy throughout the year. Here's your 5 DLC packs, that's standard, get the season pass, you're gonna get it, and then, or you can buy them individually. And then I would like them to do more of the Bad Bunny stuff, just not as expensive, where it's like, okay, here's one wrestler, and then here is maybe another arena, another show they do. Like if they do another Backlash, or we're getting Bash in Berlin as an example. What if we got a Bash in Berlin arena several months after, and they just put that in to say, hey, do you want to buy this? It's the authentic one. Yeah, I might do it. It makes the game last longer. Like, that's the thing. Do I want it for free? Absolutely, but I'd like them to do more of that optional DLC stuff. Extreme God Wrestling says, do you think there will be any more new match types that are yet to be announced in 24, such as 3 Stages of Hell or Iron Survivor? No, I think that that's what we get. I'd speculate that we were going to get Iron Survivor. It's probably way more complicated. They were able to get 4 for us. I think because they announced the 4, that's it. Those are the ones we get. I really wish we were getting 3 Stages of Hell too. I'm a greedy little guy, but I wish we, you want everything, but maybe in 2K25. Those were big match types. Those 4 were heavily requested by players for years, and they did it. So they're listening. They're trying to do more. I like the 4. I think that's it. Plus everything else we normally get. I hope custom match options gives us a little more too. VWX says, what superstar, whether it's a legend, NXT, or main roster, are you looking forward to and hoping they add? CM Punk. I think he'll be in as DLC, but I'd like to see Punk. Jade Cargill, I hope they put her in. If she debuts at the Rumble, Hopefully she makes it in. They scan her and put her in as DLC. I'd like to play as Jade. Legends, I would like to go back and be able to play as like a Rick Rude or Mr. Perfect. It's been a while since we've had them authentically in the game. The CAWs are incredible, but I'd love to see the real thing and then go back and do like an 80s, like a retro style, golden age of WWE. Kadar says, with the announcement of special guest referee coming back 24, do you think it will be just playable 1v1 or 2v2 or multi-man matches? Kadar, this is the one I'm worried about. And we'll know soon enough because as we record this, it's before the Rumble. The 2K events are coming up apparently, like for the Rumble thing. So I think that I'm a little concerned that special guest referee is going to be awesome, but 1v1. They confirmed it's in universe mode. I think it's going to be in my GM. That's awesome. If it's 1v1, slightly disappointed because I really want it to be in everything. And I understand not doing it for like the Rumble, Chamber, those ones, War Games. I understand that. I just, up to Fatal 4-Way. Fatal 4-Way eliminations and I'm the referee. Should be there with technology and how everything is today. And if they spent the better half of a year or more trying to get it in, I hope it works. And I hope it's multi-man. If it's not, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'd be like, oh, this is cool, but it's limiting. But if it works online, it's going to be more fun. And you know what? It's more match types. More is better. I can't pronounce your name. Diclonius Games. Hi. What matches that weren't hinted in at the trailer reveal do you think will be in 40 years of WrestleMania mode? The matches themselves. So like we saw like Shawn and Taker. We saw Brett and Austin. I hope we get Bray and Undertaker. Long shot Undertaker CM Punk at WrestleMania. Don't think that's happening. What else could they do? Hogan, Yokozuna, or Brett, Yokozuna with Hogan coming in after. I want that. What is that, WrestleMania 9? I want that. I want to see that thing, that gong show. I'd like to go back. I can't remember if we got it in another 2K game. You guys will tell me. I want to replay Austin's last match, not his return with Kevin Owens. I want to do Austin's Rock one, the third one. I want to do that match. I'd also like to do, and I would kind of figure it's going to be in there, Austin's return match too. And do that whole WrestleMania thing where the Pat McAfee match happened and then Austin came out and interfered and dished out the worst stunner in the world to Mr. McMahon. Like to see that happen. And I think we will get Austin, Kevin Owens as a playable match. That will be a lot of fun. I also want Austin's Disturbed theme in the game. Won't happen. Wish it would. Ezekiel says, what mode are you most excited for and what mode will you be playing day one? Probably universe mode. Last year I played GM mode first, I think. It depends on what's coming out, because universe mode sounds like it's a few smaller updates, and I mean so is GM mode. It's quality of life stuff. This depends, man. If they give me more tools, like we know we're getting trades and contracts are going to be more, you can control those better. I might spend more time in my GM. That I'm excited for those two. If I had to flip a coin, probably universe mode. Sotokami says, you think they'll ever do anything different with the crowds? Yeah, not at first priority, of course, but could they possibly make crowds more reactive to certain superstars, even so hostile to a certain superstar like some ECW crowds? I think yes, but not until they go next gen, current gen. Because we're still dealing with PlayStation 4, Xbox One, the architecture's so old now, and even current gen's been out for like, what is it now, like 5 years or something? Like we're already gonna get into a refresh cycle at some point. Until they move to the next generation of technology and consoles and PC, it's always going to be hindered. I would love for, if I can't get better crowd reactions, like the crowd popping, like literally like kind of jumping out and looking like they're being more engaged with the moves or near falls and things. If I can't get that, at least improve the audio. Audio is so critical to anything. And in video games, it's so critical to the game. It affects the game, like it affects how you play the game, how it feels, how lifelike it is, how it recreates the experience of the matches that you have, heightens the drama. If they have good audio tracks, good crowd reactions recorded, real ones, and get rid of the woo, go get them. I can't stand that. So I want, more than anything, updated audio tracks, updated audio recordings for the crowd with better reactions. Then, yeah, I would worry about crowd actually like engagement, how the physics are. Globe reviews. How do you think the My Rise Unlocks rewards could be improved to benefit the whole game? Also show intros in universe? Show intros? Don't know, didn't mention it. in the press releases. I kind of think it will be there, but I'm guessing. How do you think the unlocks in My Rise Rewards could be improved? I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. For me, they're okay. I liked last year where it was like play through and start unlocking like the Raw Arena, Molly Holly, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I did kind of like it. I don't like the way My Rise is built with like going on the phone and slowly like panning to the next wrestler, panning to the next wrestler. I like the freedom backstage of like just go run around, interact with somebody, do the side missions that way. I don't like it slows it down. So I think that could be improved to get to the unlocks. But I'm fine with it. I'm glad it's there. I guess the only other thing I would say is because we buy like the accelerators every year, I should be able to get everything unlocked because I buy the accelerator. Maybe that's what I would say. AT82816, what's up, buddy? Matt, are you excited about CM Punk making his potential return to the 2K series? I'm excited. I'd like to know your thoughts. Very. I'm a big CM Punk fan. I liked what he did in, well, not the press scrum. That was hilarious and awful. I liked Punk's, debut in AEW. I mean, I followed Punk for the indies a little bit in ROH. Then obviously when he made his way to WWE and ECW and WWE ECW, and then everything from there. Straight Edge Society, I really loved. I loved his feud with Jeff Hardy. He did a lot of really cool stuff before like Pipe Bomb and Main Event CM Punk. And now that he's back, I'm loving it. Like, I'm glued to the TV to see what's gonna happen. Him and Cody had a big promo on Raw. That was cool. So it's very exciting. If he's gonna be back in 2K24, that's a big deal to me as a fan. It's another big superstar to have in there. It's been many years since I've had Cult of Personality hit and his entrance in a wrestling game, other than AEW Fight Forever, but the entrance is 6 seconds. Carlos Sevilla says, entertaining videos, man. Well, thank you. Do you think they'll give us some new Bray content? Hoping they're teasing Funhouse match. Yeah, like I mentioned this earlier. Yes, I think that we will give us current Bray and maybe other versions of Bray Wyatt from the past. Kay's Creed says updates to Creation Suite with the addition of Creator Ref and desired upgrade to slot limits. Oh, we're not asking questions. We're just stating things we want. Well, I'm kidding. That's fine. Yeah. I want updates to Creation Suite. They're doing the autosave now in Creation Suite. So you're going to be able to, as you're creating a character, you're going to be able to press triangle or Y and do a quick save. So that's cool. So they're going to hopefully do that. Slot limits need to go up, like double it. Kayfabe World says, how do you feel about the new camera options 2K24? Love it. I think that's probably going to be, silly as it may be, one of the big features and updates we get for 2K24. Maybe it's small to you and trivial and it don't matter, but we've had the same camera angles, like just hard cam forever. And I grew up in the days where we had the old games when it would change and you can actually see the ramp. Being able to toggle it, Brian Williams confirmed you can toggle the camera. Now, is it going to be like one pan, like only one other angle? Maybe. But if they're going to give us more freedom for the camera, I love it because it freshens up presentation like a lot. Because if you're going to get away from that, it can get boring playing, the same matches, the same camera. If you're going to rinse and repeat all the time, but now you can change the cameras around for your matches, it does freshen the presentation for you to be able to see the entire stage in the background. What if it's a custom arena that you really were excited to download or you created? You can't see it in a regular match the way the camera is. Now if the camera is turned and you could see the ramp and the entranceway, you get to see the whole thing, like giant premium live event arenas and the shows. It's gonna feel better. It's gonna feel refreshed. And I think it's gonna also make for, like, selfishly on the content side, I think for anybody that puts out 2K content, it's gonna make everything feel so much more interesting to watch than just getting the same camera angle, seeing the same thing all the time. Thank you all for submitting your questions for Matt Chat. Have a great day. If you guys need more 2K24 coverage, all that stuff, we got big updates coming on over here. Thanks so much. We got more Matt Chats coming at you. Have a great day. Bye.